Good evening, everyone. So I hope I'm not too late making this video. Okay, so as we are doing this thing, let's see how to do the mail merge thing. For those who have a little bit of confusion, so yeah, we do have this demo file in our inboxes. I'll open one of them. So as you can see, it's here. So before starting, there are a few things that you need to know. Okay, the first thing is while using mail merge, you can't use image as your first element. So I'll simply move this image downwards. And then another thing is I'll simply see everything else is there are nothing in navigation pane. But for mail merge to work to segregate the documents, you actually need the document working as a heading. So what I would do is I simply select this customer Bidale, the form, and then I'll make sure that it's a heading one. Also make sure that it is back into center. So once I do that, you can see I have customer Bidale as my heading. Now I don't need to do anything. Now let's jump into mail merge. So as we did in last time's training, you just go to mailing option and then you do the select recipient and use the existing list. So once you do this, a dialog box appears. So my file is out right now in desktop. So it is this particular file is one of the results of grade 6, which is still being there. So once I select that, it will ask me if I want to select section A, B, or C. So for now, I'll select section A, and it's done. Now I'll select this, and I'll insert grade here. I'll select this and insert student's name here. I'll select this and insert class teacher's name here. I'll select this and insert all the subject teacher's name here. It's done. Now let's scroll further down. So okay, there's a science teacher. So I'll go down to science teacher and I'll have this thing called science grade, and then participation and effort in science, and quality of assignment or work ethics in here, number of assignment and the assignment done by the students or herself, if the students need to be regular, and if the student is already regular. So in grade 6, instead of needs to be regular, we have the total number of online classes, and for regular we have number of absence, which shouldn't make any change to you. So let me show one more thing, one more subject. So for math, I add math teacher's name, I add math teacher's grade, add participation in math, I add work ethics or quality of assignment, and I add number of assignments in math. So as I said, we have a little bit of problem there, but we haven't edited that. So yeah, for math it's corrected, needs to be regular or is already regular, or number of absence, which is same data for us. So once this is done, one thing we have left is comments. So make sure that you select the entire field as this. You don't want that terms to go out in report as well. So science comment, and I do as math comment. So in this way you can fill all this. I'm not gonna fill that because it's just a waste of time for me, of course. So once that's done, what I'll do is go back to okay. So once I'm done, everything is done, I'll simply click on finish and merge. So when I do that, I have a lot of options here. I won't directly print this document. What I'll do is I'll simply click on edit individual documents. Once I do that, it will ask me how many documents I want. I don't want all 25 documents at the moment. I'll simply do is 1, 2, 5. So I'll just for showing you, I'll be printing out 5 documents. But yeah, of course, you will have to do all for all 25 or 26 students you have. So once I do okay, as you can see, there are now 5 different documents for me, right? So now these 5 documents are in this single file. As you can see, there are 20 pages, 4 pages for each report. So for 5 reports, I have 20 pages all in a single place. Here's the result of Arab. If I scroll down further bit, I can see Avishka's report here. If I further scroll down, I can see Anvi's record here, but I can't send this to my parents, right? So I need to separate these five documents in different single individual files. So to do that, I'll go to this thing called view. I'll click on outline, and I'll make sure that I have selected both in level 1. This is not that important, but it's extremely required, like it's recommended. Okay, so once I do that, I select everything and I go on show document and I click on create. So when I do that, it told me that there's no heading levels. So when it said so, it means while I was doing the mail merge thing, there was an error. So how do I solve that? So as you can see, this particular file has two things that are saved as heading ones for some reason. I don't know why. So I changed that into normal format, and then now probably we are done. So I go back to the headings, I go back to the view, I go back to the outline, I select all, select to the document, and it does not have a heading. So again, as I said, I have to make sure that both level 1 are selected. Once I do that, I create, and the file is created, right? So once the file is created, what I do is I go to files, I go to save as, and I go to test. This is just a random file that I'll be saving. So once I do the saving, you can see it's being saved. I'll sit back and relax for a moment. Yeah, but at the time while this document is being saved, let me just quickly tell you that we have done a simple mistake here, and the mistake is, as you can see in navigation pane, every single document is being shown as an individual unique document, which actually is something that we never wanted. We just wanted each file to be a unique file, not each input to be a unique file. Okay, that is why I said navigation is very important for your quick refresh. So I'll just let this thing happen. I know it's already a mistake, so I'll just let that mistake to continue. As of now, I think I'll just simply, okay, so it's done. So if I go back here and see, you can see there are 200 files that have been created, and none of the files are actually useful for us. So what do? I simply go back, and this is the wrong file that I have created. I'll close this and I'll go back here. I'll select all these files and delete, because this is also a wrong set of files that I had accidentally created. So as I said, now let's get back here. Let's go to home. Now what I need to do is I simply need to make sure that there are no random spaces there, because of course that will create problem there. Okay, the problem that you were seeing with no heading selected was because of that blank spaces in front of the file. As you can see, now my cursor is in topmost place, it's not in new place. So now, and one another thing that would be good to do is I'll select everything and make sure everything is in normal form, and then I'll select this all, make sure that it is in center, and I'll also make sure that my customer Vidyalaya is heading 1 and is in center, and these things are actually highlighted. Oh, this is back in their own place, and they are, so you know the rules. Railway font number 14, these are important documents. I'll just like do the bold, I'll just make them bold. Okay, so once this is done, so almost, you are almost done. Okay, just making sure that everything is in normal. Okay, now once this is done, I'll go back to the mailing. I'll again do the merge thing. As I said, I'll just create 5 files because this is for your reference. Again, I go back to view, I click on outline, and I make sure that I'm only looking at level 1s, just to make sure I have 5 files and the 5 files. So once that's done, I'll select all these files and then I'll select create. Now, as you can see in my navigation pane, there are no other documents but 5 customer Vidyalaya that I can see. In your case, you should be seeing 25 customer Vidyalaya instead of the previous one that I saw a few minutes back, which had every single document shown in navigation pane. Make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay, so sorry for the interruption. So as I said, so once everything is done and once I have created everything, I have already created my document. Now what I do is I go to file and then I select save as. I'll select in the same test field save. So once I do that, my document is saved. Let me minimize this. I'll close this. I don't want to save this. I'll go back to the test. Now as you can see, there are 5 students report card. If there is one more document, this is actually just the header for your file. Okay, so that being said, this document is just a collection of all the files. Okay, this doesn't actually contains anything, it just contains the location of each file. So I don't need this, so I can delete this as well. So now if I select this, you can see this is result for Mr. Arpane, who has scored A plus in science, who is regular in math. He is regular with A. So if I see the 5th report card, this is for Mr. Miss. Okay, this is for Mr. Anshuman Casey, who is regular in class for science, has A, has B plus in math, and he needs to be regular. So this is the way that you can do to create the document. So for a quick review, as I mentioned, don't forget to turn on your navigation pane if that's it. And yeah, again, as I said, to open the navigation pane view, you simply go to view and click on the navigation pane. If you are using MacBook or yeah, Linux, for that the same thing is you just have to simply find mailings tab and then select recipient or finish and merge options. Similarly for viewing option, you just have to find view, and for outline you have to find, once you click view you will already get the outline option, and for the creating document you have to find something called master document, and you will find the show document and create option there as well. The icon is same for both the document and it won't be labeled in Mac. So yes, that's it. So hopefully that helped you, and if there's still a problem you can always reach out to Amantar or maybe Dipti ma'am or me, and we'll always be there to help you as always. So thank you for your time. Have a nice weekend.